Hello again. In this video I'll be taking a quick look at the feature set of this extremely popular EcoAir Desiccant dehumidifier. I've been loaned this unit from a landlord who equips his tenants with these if they're having any sort of problems with mould or condensation. And if you're interested in getting hold of one of these yourself, check out the website links at the end of the video or in the description bar, where you can also take a sneaky peek at the instruction manual if you want to. But before we get to part 2, where I test it in a real world setting, let's have a quick look at some of the key features. Looking from above at the top of the unit, you find the settings. I'll rattle through them now, but if you want to see more, check out the manual. Okay, we've got on and off, 3 different drying modes for economy or efficiency, 2 dedicated laundry settings, 3 swing adjustments for controlling the direction of air output, a 2, 4 and 8 hour timer, a negative ionizer function, an error check light and a water tank warning light. Okay, let's have a closer look. First, the aesthetics. As dehumidifiers go, it's actually quite pretty. There's no gigantic knobs or levers sticking out, or sharp edges to fall onto if you have children or you're just clumsy like me. In size terms, for the power of the unit, it's really quite compact at 48 cm high, 30 cm wide and about 19 cm deep. So it'll fit out of the way and be relatively nice to look at in a whole host of places around the home. In weight terms again, it's very portable at only 6 kilos. That's about 3 bags of sugar. So should you need to move it around for any reason, it won't be a problem with the inbuilt handle. Now let's talk about economy. This is never black and white because there's so many possible variables. For a start off, not many people will ever need to run it on full power. This unit will consume somewhere between the manufacturer's stated 360 watts on standard settings to 612 watts in high turbo mode. But to be honest, unless you're trying to make inroads into severe damp problems, any of the lower settings should be fine, especially when you have the initial problem under control. The built-in humidistat is linked to various economy modes built into the unit. So once the desired level of humidity is reached, it will automatically switch itself on and off to maintain it, stop the air becoming too dry and save power. As far as noise levels go, you will find this to be one of the quieter dehumidifiers at only 34 decibels, which is very competitive and amongst some of the best dehumidifiers. Because this is a desiccant or water absorbing dehumidifier rather than a compressor type, you won't get the noise of the compressor, but you will get the noise from the inbuilt fan that pushes out the warm dry air. Unfortunately, I've never come across a truly effective dehumidifier that is totally silent, but at only 34 decibels it isn't that bad at all. And because the fan is a constant noise and not prone to pitch change, it blends into the background easily. Have a listen. From a moisture extraction standpoint, this dehumidifier is rated at a maximum of 7 litres or 12 UK pints per day. So if you have a big task for it that requires this much capacity on a regular basis, a continuous drain connector is situated on the rear and it comes with a provided hose if you need it. Most people though will only need the inbuilt water tray for everyday use. This is a 2 litre maximum capacity with auto shut off if it becomes full or the unit tilts over for some reason. Now I know this isn't as large as some of the dehumidifiers on the market, but if you consider the unit's compact size, it's a trade-off. And in a real world setting, it'll probably mean that you're emptying it twice a day, so it's no great shakes. As I mentioned earlier, this type of dehumidifier is a desiccant or water absorbing rather than a traditional compressor based dehumidifier. A dehumidifier like this will work more efficiently in lower temperatures, in fact from as low as 1 degree centigrade to 40 degrees centigrade, which is also great news if you'll run your home heating at a lower setting for economy reasons, for instance. A byproduct of running a desiccant dehumidifier like this is that they provide a slight warmth whilst working. So if we think of the 360 watts it's consuming to run in standard mode while active, some of this heat will warm the house as well as drying the air. So this in turn will mean that you may be able to turn down the home heating to offset the cost of running the dehumidifier. I know for a fact that some students in small bedsits use these as a source of heating. Let's have a look at this dehumidifier in action to see what sort of airspeed and heat it can put out. On standard or economy mode it provides a nice gentle waft, and if we just place this tasseled scarf in front of it, you can visually see the tassels gently wafting in the breeze. The heat in our lounge now is around 20 degrees centigrade, as you can see on this wind speed and air temperature gauge that I'm about to use. If I move closer to the exhaust of the fan, you can see that the wind speed is about 5.5 miles per hour with the temperature of 31 degrees centigrade or thereabouts, which is a rise of 10 degrees above the 20 degrees in the lounge at close range. On turbo mode or laundry function, you can see that the airspeed is significantly increased for improved drying. Airspeed is now up to around 9.5 or 10 miles per hour with the temperature just slightly climbed also. As I've already mentioned, this unit has a dedicated inbuilt laundry function if you need it, which works on high or slow speed settings. The direction of the air can also be adjusted from standard straightforward to other more varied airflow directions. If you want to set a time limit, the time setting of 2, 4 or 8 hours works for laundry mode and the standard dehumidifier mode. Of course, wherever you have a fan like this, you normally have a filter, and this unit is no different. This is contained on the rear of the dehumidifier and is pulled out for cleaning as per the instruction manual, and it's as easy to get out as this. Two other nice features that are worth a quick mention before we test the dehumidifier are the nano silver filter and the air ionizer. The purpose of the silver filter is that it's great for filtering out small airborne particles as well as killing bacteria. It also has an inbuilt ionizer which apparently helps with dust, pollen and other allergens. Obviously I've got no way of testing this, but I figure it's better to have one of these functions than not to have it. Anyway, that concludes this part of the review, and in the next part I will run a real world test of this in my lounge in case you want to see it. Feel free to click on any of the links provided here or in the description bar. Okay, thanks for watching.